Honour, when paired with duty, how do you serve? I always end up telling the tale of the two wolves differently. Far and away more differently is all I desire to say to a ring of truth, which can be more easily seen in daily life, or that which can more easily be seen in my own life. Guess which one I choose. Honour with truth for duty. I specialise in tanking hits. I'm an exit maker of sorts, it's what I do. It's turned me into a real-life all-rounder, truly specialising in logic and basic mechanics and not much else, I promise you. Able to poke things and hope they don't blow up before I want them to, and how. Thankfully no actual explosions as of yet. Today, this afternoon/evening, and this morning as well, for recording it, I took myself out, treated myself to a date with my wallet and a good book. I was preparing to write this article, actually, as I was encouraged, not required, but encouraged, by a good and his kind words on what I was doing, even with only one article under my belt and only on this platform, the X app, actually. That being said, I found myself writing the story even differently again, and not in the way I told it to my children when writing and telling stories to them. However, since one would think most on X are at least able to ignore truths they don't wish to see or posts they wish to ignore, and here on YouTube as well, and my own gained attention should be rather small, as I am no great name ever. I feel comfortable enough, I suppose, sharing the way I wrote it, slightly enough, with warriors in mind. Not warriors, but warriors. We are warriors, of course, as well, to a point, but yes, with warriors. Warriors. I've messed up, haven't I? With warriors in mind. The good wolf in this is myself, and please don't worry if you see more of the truth than simply the story. If it had remained a wolf-themed story of a moral tale, I can only claim mea culpa for being a bardic skald, and for being more honest than many may wish to deal with. Ain't that the truth? That being said, let's begin if you wished, for you might not wish to listen at all. A warrior spirit. A young child once asked an older fellow why some folks would not do the right thing, even when it was so easy to know what the right thing to do was. Why some people were more kind and others far more cruel. Why was it that people could not always do good, be good, when it was so easy to do what was good, when it was so easy to do the right thing as soon as one knew what was right from wrong? The older fellow thought, scratched his spotty beard, and decided to be honest, with respect paid to the child's youth in a time of war. Everyone has the same creator. Only some don't want to follow him. They want to follow their own wants and needs and desires, forsaking all else for their greed. Others only want to follow their creator, to do good in this world he has given us, to take care of it, nurture it, and see it grow and continue to be good, to take care of those around them to the best of their ability, no matter the cost to themselves, for it being the right thing to do, no matter how high. For if we all take care of each other, no one goes home sick, hungry, dying, alone, but well fed, healthy, clean, cared for, with their needs being met, and camaraderie besides, as much as they may wish, or not. Still, others are lazy, lack-honours, do-nothings. These are not individuals down on their luck and willing to work. Those are goods. These are those who wish everything given to them and being lazy about it. These are not goods and lazy. Yet not quite bads, just greys on the moral scale at worst, and at most, one might say, for even the greys have good in them. But the lack-honours, if they do not wake up, those who've no wish to follow the Creator at all for knowing him, knowing he exists and is existing, and still choosing to fall to a prison of their own making, serving only themselves and never knowing true honour nor friendship. They are the ones who would gladly make wars for others to die in, and gain influence, money, and resources all the long while goods are sent away, not all to return from a war they've been taught to fight. Whether just or not, they must obey for the oaths they gave on a day. Or stand and be drummed out of service, all told. More's the pity that. The older fellow turned to the child, asking if they understood. The child replied, I understand the words you use, but how do they choose? How do any choose to be good, bad, or lazy? Because out of the desires of the heart, the mouth speaks, replied the older fellow. Meanwhile, the child looked at him confused. But that answers nothing. Then try this, the fellow began again. Every individual has the choice to be a warrior for God, the Creator. And in every warrior's heart there are two spirits, two sides. One spirit, kind, gentle, and wise, following the path of honour, truth, and duty, living always for others and happy to be doing so. The other spirit, on the other hand, is wicked, cruel, spiteful, selfish, and conniving, devoid of care for any but themselves, and only caring so far as others may choose to serve them, and after that caring not, again, but for themselves, and ecstatic when allowed to be as such, for none matter to them more than they. The warrior strengthens the spirits in turn, by their own thoughts, speech, deeds, behaviour, and character. A selfish thought fuels the wicked spirit. A thoughtful deed bolsters the kind. Each night the spirits do battle, fighting for the right to sit on the treasured throne of the heart of the warrior. The wicked spirit wants the throne for itself. The kind spirit desires to save the throne only for their Creator. No matter how the spirits fought, it was the desires of the warrior which decided the nightly battle, a lifelong war front and confrontation for the soul of the individual. If the warrior cared only for themselves, there was no way for the good spirit to win that night. But if the warrior truly desired to do good deeds with any part of him, the good spirit could not help but win in this long war of attrition. The spirits are to fight unaided, that no unfair advantage could be claimed. Yet the wicked spirit could not help but cheat, while the kind spirit requested no aid be sent their way, that those in even greater need be aided first, and so those in need may be saved a great deal of pain. Pain the kind spirit would gladly bear for the sake of others, knowing they could tank it. The wicked spirit wished to crush the good with overwhelming force. The good spirit knew the war was already won. It only needed the warrior themselves to decide to come back to the Creator that made them, and gladly became a target of perceived weakness for the innocent and those who were weaker, so that the weak and innocent might suffer less in this war against this vile wickedness of greed and self-serving. In the end, between the warrior and the spirits, only the Creator knows for sure who will win. It's not all goods were truly so, no matter their veneer. What could be seen of the impact of the spiritual war front, and for the warrior's soul, would be seen each day with each decision they made. By your mouth, your actions, you will be known, as out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks, and the heart will dictate. This did, in fact, even change from how I had written it in not only my late luncheon that day, but also in what I had written. But I hope it can encourage anyone who is willing to take the time to read it or to listen. God bless the goods. Innocence protected. Goods will be aided, honours fought by. Evils ought always be ended. Peace for the weak. Strength for the strong. The strong protect the weak, that the weak may have peace, if only to grow in strength and stand again, knowing it is right to do so. Bless you. Stay awake. Stay alive, even more so.